Arteta's gone ahead to set the final return conditions for Jurrien Timber into the squad of Arsenal. We know it has been long from January, February, March, now April. You people are really lingering on when Jurrien Timber is going to find himself into the team of Arsenal that is set to play the final games of the season. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. It's a Saturday, guys. It's a Saturday. Premier League football returns, and Arsenal is playing tomorrow. I've already gone ahead to put out a very huge video on the match preview. Then I'm gonna bring you how Arsenal is going ahead to prepare for the match of Aston Villa, and I'm really looking forward to hear from the manager of Aston Villa, that is Unai Emery, on what he thinks about this game of football and how he really believes he's going to really take it on Arsenal after playing on Thursday and beating Lille by 2-1. Let's see close to 400 likes match on this video as we add on more stories from Man City. From Pep Guardiola talking about the illness of Kevin De Bruyne and what it meant into the game of Real Madrid and what he thinks he really has on stake as far as the Premier League title is really concerned. Now, the Muslims, Barakallahu fikum, and to the Christians, we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ, and let's go eyes into this Jurrien Timber story. Guys, I would like to congratulate everyone for being part of this channel, and let's continue subscribing, because I told you yesterday that we went ahead to hit the magic number of 20,700 subscribers, right? And now we want to hit 20,800 subscribers. And guess what? The reception is really great, because we are left with just 68 subscribers to hit 20,800 subscribers. So guys, continue to subscribe to this channel and the rest will come on as we go on. Now, let's start it off with Arteta. Yesterday in the press conference asked about the return of Jurrien Timber. In his own words, Arteta said he was asked on when Jurrien Timber might be fit again. He said he's still got a few steps to make. He needs to play a game, at least with the under-21s, and he's going to have an in-house game soon as well. He's done everything in training. Now it's getting the match fitness and having people around him to start competing in the match, which is different to training. So Mikel Arteta is reiterating the words he said, I think, last week about Jurrien Timber. He was asked and he gave us the same answer, that all he needs to do right now is to get into a behind closed door game with his fellow Arsenal players that don't really get along into the starting 11. For example, Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, then you get in the likes of Cedric Soares, El Nini, Emily Smith-Rowe, Eddie Nketiah, that group of players, the Nwaneris of this world, to obviously get along. The Fabio Vieiras, they have to plan a behind door game for Jurrien Timber, and after that game is planned, then Jurrien Timber will be good to go, because he has gone ahead to really go past what we call the training fitness levels. Training fitness is okay, and I've always told you that training fitness levels are different from match fitness levels, because if match fitness levels never mattered in the preseason, no player would have gone ahead to be given what we call a goal to play into the preseason. You know, they would have gone ahead to train, but training standards are different from friendly match standards, and that's why Jurrien Timber needs obviously be given a go into those games, and after he's given a go and he doesn't get a setback, he'll be green lighted to obviously take on the rest of the side. So that is Jurrien Timber for you, and the manager is like, he needs to go that, but his fitness levels are really elite in training. It's now, because he returned toward the end of February, now 2 months of day in day out training are in, and the guy is really doing the needful to see to it that he gets himself into that ilk of really winning his space back. But I know why Arsenal is really doing like that. If it was the Arsenal of last year, trust me, they wouldn't have gone ahead to hold on to him until this level, because they would have gone ahead to really lack what we call quality into their team. But because in the positions where he plays, Arsenal really has a lot of quality, there is no reason to speed his return. That is it. There is no reason to speed the return of this man known as Jurrien Timber, and that's why Mikel Arteta is like, all right, we need to take him step by step. And one will alarm that Gabriel Magalhaes is injured, and he might not feature in the game of Aston Villa and maybe the game of Bayern Munich. Why not really find a way of really hastening the return of Jurrien Timber? I tell you, there are very many other players at Arsenal that can do the centre-back role. Jakub Kiwior can shift into that left-sided centre-back role and fit in perfectly well alongside Gabriel Magalhaes. Benjamin White can do the job, you understand. Then Tomiyasu can also do the role and play in the central defense. I told you in the video I did yesterday about Gabriel Magalhaes that even Declan Rice can be played as a centre-back. If at all you never know what Declan Rice was before he became a CDM, he was played as a central defender at West Ham, and then later he was switched into the midfield by, I think, David Moyes to play in the CDM area. That is Declan Rice for you. So, no reason to hurry. No reason to obviously hurry or to bring in this lad. There is no reason for that. I think a lot has gone ahead to be done. A lot of work has been put in, and it's like they want not to really rush him. They want to bring him at the right time. On the right back, they are having Benjamin White and they're having Tomiyasu. You can also add Cedric Soares. Left back, Zinchenko, Jakub Kiwior, Tomiyasu. You know, so there is no urge to obviously rush him back, but we saw to it that last season, you saw how they went ahead to obviously rush back Gabriel Jesus to an extent that his knee has gone ahead to really see him miss out on very many games this season. He has gone off 3 times, you know. At the beginning of the season was not available. When they are playing against Sevilla, after that burst of goal contributions, he got off and missed out a couple of games. Then, when they played Nottingham Forest and scored a very beautiful goal and provided an assist to Bukayo Saka, he also went off because of the knee injury. He has also gone ahead to come out and make a revelation that he might not be part of the Copa America because the knee might not allow him to obviously go through that. And it looks like he might undergo another surgery, you know? So, with all what that Arsenal is going to have to face when it comes to injuries, they don't want to face the same things again. And it's like they want to go along well on how to manage these injuries better and better and better. That is Arteta for you and his say onto this Jurrien Timber. So the condition set, or the ultimatum set, is simple. He has to play a game, competitive game, and see where his levels are. But we all know he's going to really look good. The only problem is he doesn't get a setback. That is it. But he's not an injury-prone player. This is the first biggest injury he has gone ahead to really experience as a player who plays for Arsenal in football. But Ajax, I never saw him really go out for long. He was like for 1 month, 2 or 3 weeks, and returned. And that is Jurrien Timber for you. Now, Arteta was again asked onto what Timber will bring on the team when he comes back. He says, hopefully a lot. Everything that we've seen training and in the time he was fit, I think he's going to have a big impact onto the team. Yeah, obviously he's going to have a very big impact on the team, but the big question is, will he be available in time to obviously play games? Because in the Premier League, Arsenal is not left with very many games. They are left with 7 games to play. They are playing Aston Villa tomorrow. There is Wolverhampton Wanderers. There is Newcastle. There is Manchester United. There is Tottenham Hotspur. There is Brighton is done. Let me check. Games Arsenal are left to play into the Premier League. Aston Villa tomorrow, right? Then, please hurry up, Gugu. Aston Villa tomorrow, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur, Bournemouth, Man United, and Everton. So, those games are really going to be played in a space of like 40 days left. So, in those 40 days, how can he really make himself available in the remaining 40 days? Unless otherwise, Arsenal really goes ahead to knock out Bayern Munich, because by drawing with Bayern Munich at the Emirates, it gave them a very huge drop-off, to see to it that they are really favorites to go through, because now Bayern having an edge. It's a 50-50, and if Arsenal go through to the next round of the Champions League, then you never know, they might play final and he will be really ready to do the job. So we wait and see how that happens, but I tell you, if there is a player Arsenal is going to hit to miss in these games of the Champions League, it has been Jurrien Timber, because Timber is really one of those players that has going to hate obviously playing the Champions League, and he knows what it means to play in these kind of games. He has a little bit of Champions League experience, and in that back line of Arsenal, no player has a Champions League experience like that of Jurrien Timber. That is it. So it shows you how important it would have gone ahead to be for this club of Arsenal, and that's why it's really very, very, very irritating for him to be out. But I got here to really hail Mikel Arteta for the composure he has got not to hurry the player back, because if it was any other manager, I would have gone here to say, all right, let me hurry him back because there's experience, and really play this double tsunda of Bayern Munich and Arsenal. Now let's leave it at that. Let's go to the third place team in the Premier League, that is Man City, and the manager Pep Guardiola is going to hit to say the following about Luton Town. Incredibly briefed. I admire a lot Rob Edwards. It's Chapel, the courage he plays everywhere. It doesn't matter where with his philosophy or idea. Always tough. All the games against, all the last games, really, really, really tough. Today will be no exception. So he expects a very tough game against the side of Luton Town, and we know that they're going to come up and really put their physicality on you. They won't really give you an easy go or an easy game. It's going to be a physical game, and they run a lot. So he expects that to happen. But at Etihad, unless a shocker comes in through, but I don't anticipate that they're going to come out and really shock the side of Man City at Etihad. I believe the side of Etihad is really going to put up a show. Man City is going to put up a show, because they know to it that when they win today, they go to 73 points and they'll be topping the Premier League table, immersing more pressure to Liverpool and Arsenal that are playing tomorrow. So Arteta knows exactly what it's all about. Pep Guardiola knows what the occasion is all about, and I know he's going to rise up to the occasion and really put in the required shift as a manager for the side of Man City. But he also got a question about Kevin De Bruyne. Remember, Kevin De Bruyne really had an illness in Real Madrid and never really went ahead to play, and he was asked on Kevin De Bruyne's illness in Madrid. He said, I don't know what is the problem. People have vomit sometimes, For fever, eating something wrong, you have vomits. It happens in the game. It's what happens. I've had vomits in my life, hangover sometimes. So that's what Kevin De Bruyne went at. That's what the manager hates about Kevin De Bruyne, who went ahead to miss out on a very big encounter in Real Madrid. They missed their best player. I tell you, City's best player is Kevin De Bruyne. He's a man who can craft something from nothing, and he's really a guy who was going to hate to pull a rabbit out of the hat in the very many games that Man City have going to hate to do. He's a game changer. He's a game winner, but he missed out onto the game of Real Madrid because of the vomits he went ahead to have, and the illness went ahead to obviously log onto him for a very long time in there for you, that kept him out. But the manager is like, it's normal. He went ahead to vomit and couldn't obviously make it into the squad. Then he was posed another Kevin De Bruyne question to Pep Guardiola on whether Kevin De Bruyne could have future versus Real Madrid, maybe in the last minutes, but I saw his face before the game and half time. I didn't like the face. I prefer not to waste energy for tomorrow, Wednesday, coming games. The schedule is so tight. So he was like, I'm saving the guy for the game of Luton Town. They're going to be playing today. And I tell you, very few teams do have that luxury, to really bench your best player and really say, I'm not going to really do the need for him to get him on the field of play. When the team is really 3-3 up, what I'm gonna hate to say in the remaining 10 minutes, let me introduce Kevin De Bruyne on and see what he can do to really affect the game of football. But I tell you, it shows you how good this side of City is. Without this guy, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden raised up to the occasion. And they went ahead to really draw the game. So, it shows you how good the side of City is and how they are going to be that side that you'll always fear to obviously face. So, guys, your thoughts onto Jurrien Timber, return ultimatum, set by Mikel Arteta, are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Kevin De Bruyne and the illness he got, and your predictions, Man City versus Luton Town? Do you think Man City is going to have an easy game past Luton Town, or Luton Town is going to try to make it hard for them at the Etihad Stadium? Game is going to be played, I think, at 17 hours. Tottenham Hotspur versus Newcastle coming in through, and I think I'll be live here to bring you what the match day live is going to be all about. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Bye-bye.